Hello everybody, this is Valencia and welcome to my channel Balloons and Business, where I show you the business of balloon and event decor. Today I'm going to show you how I made this standalone balloon garland, meaning it's not attached to the wall, it is standing alone. And this is great when you are decorating at a venue that does not allow you to hang the balloon garland anywhere on the walls, or if it doesn't make sense to put it on a full backdrop stand. So if you want to see how I did this, just stay tuned. So I took one of the poles and bases from my backdrop stands and I slid a 1/2 inch gray electrical PVC pipe into the top portion of that pole. There's an opening right there and it's about 3/4 inches on my balloon stand pole, and I just slid that 1/2 inch PVC pipe in there and I used some duct tape to secure it. And that pole is about 8 feet tall. And you want to make sure that you use the gray PVC pipe, not the white, because the gray bends, the white does not, and you need that flexibility for this base. So I used Tough Tex Sangria in 12 inch and 17 inch. Sempertex Fashion Gray inside of Sempertex Satin Pearl 12 inch. Sempertex Pink Matte Pastel inside of Sempertex Pearl 12 inch. And Sempertex Pink Matte Pastel inside of Gmar White 18 inch. I just want to show y'all how pretty this pink looks inside of that satin pearl. Sometimes when blowing up double stuff balloons, it gets very difficult. So I like to stretch that latex out a little bit before blowing them up. Make it easier. And that's the gray inside of the satin pearl. It almost looks like a metallic silver, but you can't see through it. Now when tying these double stuff balloons together into dupes, you want to take the neck of the balloon inside and tie it. And that'll make it a lot easier for you. So when I tie my balloons into dupes, I'm going to twist them together and make a quad, which is 4 balloons. Now I'm going to be using a different method to make the base of my balloon garland. I'm taking some fishing line, 15 pounds that you can get at Walmart, and I'm going to double tie it around one of my quads. Now this is not my normal way of making my balloon garlands. If you look at my other videos, you'll see how I normally make it. I usually do not use fishing line or like 260s. So I'm going to take another quad and place it on top, and I'm going to wrap that fishing line underneath the bottom quad and over the top, underneath and over the top, like a figure 8 motion. So I'm going to show you how I did this again. I'm going to wrap that fishing line underneath the quad directly below the top one, over the top, underneath the bottom, over the top. And I'm going to tug at that fishing line to make sure it's nice and secure. And I'm just showing you how I'm doing this at different angles. And you can do this 2 to 3 times. Once you start making the base, you only need to do about 2 times. Then pull that string, not too hard because you don't want to pop the balloons or cut them and make them lose air. But you just want to tug at it enough to make sure it's nice and secure. I picked up this method from another balloon designer, and it's not like I've never used the fishing line method before. However, when I used to do it, I used to wrap it around dupes of balloons while they were wrapping it around quads, and it made the balloon garland base look so much thicker, which is why I wanted to give this a try. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer this method or the method that I normally use to make my balloon garland base? Go ahead on and leave me a comment. So when you're done making the base of this balloon garland, you're going to cut the fishing line, and then you're going to wrap the ends around one of the balloons, and then you're going to double tie that fishing line. And you want to make sure you double tie it because fishing line is very fine and it will come loose. So I attached this balloon garland to the pole 2 ways. I slid the balloons onto the pole, being careful about those knobs right there. And then I use a 260 balloon to attach the balloon garland to the pole as well. Now, if you don't have one of these metal backdrop stands, you can make yourself a stand out of PVC pipe and plywood. If you actually look at one of my videos on how I make my balloon columns, I show you how I make a PVC pipe stand. And then you can slide one of these electrical PVC pipes into that stand and duct tape it. And that's how you can make the standalone base for this balloon garland. And so now I'm attaching my clusters to the base of the balloon garland using a 260 balloon. And now I'm adding small clusters of those gray double stuffed balloons, and I'm trying to rearrange the balloon garland to get it to the shape that I want it. And now I'm attaching clusters of my 5-inch decorators using a half of a 260 balloon. Now I cut up some faux florals and I attach them together using a 260 balloon, and now I'm going to take some duct tape and just wrap it around the ends to make sure they don't pop the balloons. And I'm just adding those ends sporadically on the garland. Now to add some silver orbs using my 260 balloons. I decided to do this at the last minute because I felt like there were some gaps that needed to be filled and I wanted something extra to this balloon garland to really make it pop. I would suggest if you do add orbs that you would add them before adding the flowers. So here is the finished product to my standalone balloon garland. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, go ahead on and like it, and please subscribe and you'll get notifications on future videos on balloon and event decor. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.